this way.
Sort of in a global damage to the liver, if you allow the patient to lie down and try to roll
That's
his
right.
neck,
That's right.
there's a lot of difficulty with that and restriction in all planes. You just can't sort of.
That's true. This is the log roll method of testing for internal rotation and external rotation of the hip. It is a very convenient method when the patient is relaxed and lying flat. If the patient is able to extend the knee completely, then this test can be done very conveniently.
One of my colleague in UK said, if a patient can do abduction and flexion of the hip, this is no.
Yeah, that's right. Just like the 3 cardinal movements of the shoulder, the hip, if somebody can do this, almost certainly there's no articular disease of that.
Just proving the point that our hips are all right.
Yes. No, you will have to be doing much more than that, Dr. Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have already talked about this patellar tap, and now from the end of the couch, inspect the feet for swelling, deformity and callosities on the sole. We can miss the callosity, so we have to examine the sole as well and ask the patient to take off the shoes and the socks. Now with the patient lying on the couch, assess for full flexion and extension of the knees and feeling for the crepitus, and with the hip and knee flexed to 90 degree, holding the knee and ankle to guide the movement, assess internal rotation of each hip in the flexion, and we have already learned how to do it in sitting position. Perform a patellar tap. This is the diagrammatic scheme about checking the patellar tap, and then the how to this is how we check the internal rotation, and this is the patellar tap. Now we slide down a hand down the thigh, pushing down over the suprapatellar pouch. When we reach the upper pole of patella, keep a hand there and maintain pressure, and use 2 or 3 fingers of the hand to push the patella down. Does it bounce or tap? We have already discussed
Right,
that.
just a point for the trainees. The reason why we squeeze the suprapatellar area is there is a suprapatellar bursa where most of the fluid might be gravitated to, because it's a loose tissue. So you try and squeeze all that fluid underneath the patella so that you can demonstrate the tap very conveniently. But if somebody is obviously swollen and there is a significant effusion, you don't need to do that. And just like if you remember your medical examination, shifting dullness and fluid thrill, if the cavity is very tense with fluid, you will not be able to shift it, but you will be able to demonstrate fluid thrill. So in the case of the knee, when the cavity is tense, you will not be able to demonstrate the bulge sign, but you will be able to demonstrate the patellar tap.
Secondly, sometimes patient winces due to pain.
Yes.
Would it be, according to examination point of view, relevant to go for that tap? Sometimes patient is quite fragile.
Yes, if the patient is...
Well, I have heard just a feedback that in our examination here and even outside, patient winces regarding that.
I think, okay, that's an important question.
Listen.
Sorry, that's an important question, and as a trainee we are all, when we were trainees we were told something similar कि जी अगर आपने examination में patient की चीख निकलवा दी तो आप out. ठीक है, no compromise on that. देखिए, there are situations where there is a maneuver that is mandatory to make a judgment. If that maneuver is mandatory to make a judgment, you have to forewarn the patient, but you say देखिए मुझे ये आपके शोल्डर मूव करना है, मुझे अंदाज़ा है कि हो सकता है आपको इसमें थोड़ी तकलीफ़ हो, लेकिन आई नीड टू असेस दिस टू मेक अ जजमेंट. लेकिन अगर किसी पेशेंट का मैसिवली इफ्यूजन जॉइंट में है और आप उसको कहें कि नहीं अभी तो मुझे आपको जॉइंट को फिर से दबा के देखना है कि ये पानी है या नहीं है. So one of my professors went to a patient. Dr. Saab, this is interesting, and you may relate to some of these things that we hear. He went to a patient और he said कि जी आपके पेट में पानी भर गया है और वो निकालना है. इसलिए उन्होंने ये